You're watching Sunday Sound Off with Frank Boal.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Sound Off, where you get a chance to be part of the conversation on everything sports. Tweet us your questions and comments using the hashtag Sunday Sound Off. Let's introduce tonight's panel. Soren Petro from Sports Radio 810 WHB in the program 10 to 2 every day. Soren, how are you?
I'm doing well, Frank, and I'd like to say congratulations to you and your Pittsburgh Penguins. They were the better team in the series. And look, if my team's going to lose, at least it's not going to overtime, and we're not sitting around here at 1:30 in the morning. So I will take that.
That's the most important part. And of course, we'd like to thank Mrs. Mellinger tonight, guys, because she let Sam
combed his hair today
so he could come on tonight. She gave him special permission. Thank you, Mrs. Mellinger, for letting him grace our presence. Hi, Sam.
Always the boss in my life, yes. I think she's even watching right now.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, Blair Kirkhoff, of course, Kansas City Star as well as Sam, and it's going to be a big week for the Royals. But Blair, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great, Frank. I'm trying to text you congratulations on the Penguins. You don't seem to be responding. I don't know what's going on there, Frank.
Oh, boy. Okay, that's my cell phone's gone. Okay, gentlemen, here are hot topics of the evening. Should the Royals leave Whit Merrifield in the leadoff spot? How do you solve a problem like Ventura? We will sing along to that later tonight. And is Danny Duffy emerging as the ace of the Royals staff? But first, let's get to our question of the week. Is the Royals' worst stretch of the season behind them, or do you think they're still capable of pulling one of these 3-8s over 11 and 8 straight losses? Soren?
Let's hope it's behind him. I mean, that certainly would be a good thing. Taking 2 out of 3 from the White Sox gets them going in the right direction. You mentioned wrapping up the sports here. This is a very important week for the Royals, and it started with that 3-game series with the White Sox playing division opponents. Look, 8 in a row, will they lose 8 in a row? Probably not. I don't think they'll lose 8 in a row, but will there be other difficult stretches? Yes, I think there will. This team is not as good as last year's team. Doesn't mean that they can't get to where they were last year. It'll be by a different means. It's probably going to need help from the general manager to get there. But, no, I think there will be difficult times again. I think there'll be good times again. I don't think that 13-3 run is going to be the only good stretch they have. Hopefully they're on a good one right here. But there's going to be ups and downs with this team. They've taken on water in the injury front. They lost Cueto and Zobrist. Those are real losses. And I think the important thing is for them to play good baseball between now and July 31, because sometime around July 31, Dayton Moore is going to have an opportunity to decide to either help this team or to pack it in and play for the future. And what you want is a good baseball team, so he has every reason to try to help them out this year, as opposed to saying, hey, let's look to the future, because it's just not going to happen in 2016.
Sam, what do you think?
Well, if the question is, are they going to have an 8-game losing streak where Yordano Ventura, kind of immaturely, stupidly starts another brawl, I will take the under. They're not as bad as they were this last week. I don't think they're as good as they were the week before that. This still looks like, to me, like an 84, 89, 90 win team, somewhere in that range, which in this division, everybody's got flaws, major flaws. We saw a lot of them with the White Sox. That might be enough to win the division. The only real thing that I disagree with Soren on is the trade deadline thing. I just don't think this is the team, for the most part, that they're going to have to win or lose with. I don't think they've got a whole bunch in the system because of those trades that nobody regrets that they made last year. This is the team they're going to have to win or lose with.
Blair, what do you think?
Is the worst behind them? Well, what do you mean? In the last 16 games, they're 8-8. So
is it the worst behind them?
That's right. Yeah. So I don't know why. Look, if they get starts from Yordano Ventura and Danny Duffy throughout the rest of the season, like they did the last 2 days, I don't think this team is capable of losing 8 straight again. That's a key. Those two have to pitch the way they have pitched here recently, and then the rest of the rotation has to step up. And Soren and I have talked about this on his show, that the way the Royals have been constructed here in the last 2 or 3 years, it didn't seem like they were capable of long losing streaks because of the pitching, because of the strong bullpen. And that was what was, to me, so alarming. I know that they set offensive futility records during that 8-game losing streak, but heck, they were down 4-0 before, after an inning or two, and you just got a sense they would never come back from that. So I think it's if Duffy and Ventura can lead the way, and they can get capable starting pitching from whoever the other 3 are, Volquez and whoever the other 2 end up being, then Kennedy, then I think they're going to be all right.
Okay, up next, our hot topics. You're watching Sunday Sound Off.